Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So the game I'm looking at today is Seven Guardians, which is the first big release from the Bora blockchain project. So Bora is out of South Korea. It is, I guess, like many blockchain game platforms, it's looking to bring blockchain and cryptocurrencies into general gaming. Some of the things that's interesting about Bora is that it's doing deals with developers who have existing products. So it's not going to developers and say, develop your new game using blockchain and using us. It's trying to overcome the issues that the sector has around scale by basically going to developers who already have high quality mobile, mainly some PC games as well, and saying, think about how you could integrate blockchain into your existing game. And some of these games, like this one here, Seven Guardians, it's been out for a number of years. I think it's done $20 million, and that's what's cited in gross revenue. It has a couple of million users, mainly out of Asia and China. And in terms of the game, which I'm not really going to go into, it is an incredibly detailed, in-depth, meta RPG grinding game, which kind of got the kitchen sink thrown at it. So you have kind of single player levels, you have various kind of PvP levels, you have PvE levels, you have boss levels, you have all manner of things. And every one of these are my characters. So it's called Seven Guardians because you have seven types of units, and you choose which kind of ones you want to choose. Mainly, you just choose the most powerful ones, I suppose, and you level them up, and you give them gear and all that sort of kind of stuff that we'd expect in a RPG that comes out of Asia. As you can see, the HUD is quite busy. There's lots of things going on. There's things telling me there's missions and challenges and quests and forges to combine things together, and then there's some events going on, and then on the other side there's rewards and magic shops and obviously all manner of monetization. So when it comes to the blockchain side of things, which is really what I'm going to focus on, the element is very superficial at the moment, at least. It isn't without benefit, but I think it is non-core. So we can see here we have the main kind of on the bottom right hand side we have two things. We have battle. That's kind of the main thing you're doing. This is showing the reward. This is showing the kind of mission thing, and you basically have to fight your way through them. On chapter 5, if I fight my way through, I have to unlock each one of these and fight through it 3 times to kind of complete this and get all the rewards. I mean, you can see at the bottom now there's a guild war and a boss and a dungeon and a PvP. I'm not going to go into all that sort of stuff. But what is interesting is go back to town is the blockchain bit, which is race. So all races is a kind of an extra mode that's been put in where this is one of the guardians that has a mount. So these are the kind of mounted characters, and they basically just race. So you can see here they have different kind of stats, so speed, stamina, agility, fortune, condition, and then they have resistance to different attacks, because obviously these people are going to be fighting each other. And basically it's just like a randomized race, and they all rush off, and it actually takes quite a long time to do a race. We can have a look at that in a minute. But what you're doing there is you're betting. So you're betting on who's going to win. So the current one I'm looking at was first in his last race. So each one of these has a ranking. But you're not in control of the race. You just basically choose your mount, and then some randomized conditions happen, and one of them wins. So if I wanted to kind of bet on one of these, I have to have a ticket. So I don't have a betting slip, so I have to go and buy a betting slip. So this goes to the shop. This is the Shell shop. So Shell is related to a cryptocurrency, but it's not a cryptocurrency. And I can see here I need to spend 33,511 of these Shell tokens in order to buy one betting slip. So you can actually see at the top here, I've actually got 73,000 of one of this Shell token, and then this is another one next to it which has a little lock sign on it. They're called bonus shells, and I've earned those in the game. So the 73,000 I've got, I've actually bought those with real money. So you can go into the shop and buy these things with real money. Typical dollar sort of thing going on here. I should point out the Shell is not cryptocurrency. So let's quickly go into a different app, and we can see what I mean by that. It is a bit complicated, but it's good to see how this whole thing kind of links together. Okay, so this is the what we call the island app, DApp really, I suppose, or it's kind of a wallet. It's a cryptocurrency wallet. So this is what the Bora people have produced. It's called the Island. I don't quite know. They have, I guess, like lots of tech companies have. They kind of have these kind of names, which I think make things a bit more complicated than not. But there we go. That's what they've done. So we can see here, this is my wallet, and we can see here I bought this Bora token at the top here, and I bought that with a credit card. So it's very simple, or relatively simple, I suppose. You put in your credit card details, and it gives you this Bora token. That is a proper cryptocurrency. You can exchange that, send it to other wallets, exchange it if you go to the right exchange, and get your kind of dollars out, or if you want to exchange it to other cryptocurrencies. So you can see I've got $22 of that, almost $23 of that, 920 of these Bora items. We can see the price has gone down 3% in the last day by looks of things. Then also we have in the wallet, we have Shell in the middle. The main says Shell main. So if I want to, I could take my Bora and transfer that into Shell. And the point is that Bora kind of works across all the games on the Bora platform. But as you go down, you kind of it becomes more specific. So we have the Shell main. So I took some Bora, put them in the Shell main. Then I've put some of those Shell main. I've then transferred them into the Shell app. So this is the is kind of the lowest level of the wallet. And we can see here I have about $5 worth of this Shell currency in the DApp wallet, and then I've transferred some of that into the 7 Guardians for Bora the game. So we can kind of see it is kind of confusing, really, and this is kind of the problem with lots of kind of blockchain games and platforms, is it doesn't become clear kind of what sort of problem they're solving, because they bring so many more problems into the equation. Obviously, if Bora was the only blockchain game platform in existence, then obviously, Bora would be as famous as Bitcoin, and everyone would have it, and it would be fine. But that's kind of not the case. So we can see here. So this is my Bora wallet. This shows this is the top level wallet, and we can see here I bought 1,020 Bora, and then I exchanged some into Shell. So that's the button there to exchange it into Shell. And then in the exchange wallet, I had 100,000 Shell, and I withdrew them into the wallet for the 7 Guardians for Bora. And here we go through again, and we can see there I've got those that Shell in there. So that's the kind of the kind of bit that ties it all together. Obviously, in a sense, you don't need that. You can just buy the Shell within the game. Which is kind of obviously the simplest level into it, and you don't need all the other island stuff. You don't need that island app. You don't need to. You can log in to these games using that island app, but you don't need it. So if you just came into the game, you could just be doing it, spending money like you would in normal in-app purchase. So, but if I want to buy a betting slip, I could buy one. So I'm going to use up pretty much half. So betting slip, I'm going to buy one. It's a slip used for horse racing betting. Bet your race ticket on the horse you expect to win and win the prize. So I'm going to spend that now, purchase the betting slip. So you can see there my token's gone down. My token value of the Shell that was in the wallet for this game has gone down. So the other interesting thing here is actually, if I come out of this, is to make things even more complicated, you do also earn what they call bonus Shell. So you can see here at the bottom, it's kind of in blue, that I've earned 123,000 of these bonus Shells, but I can't get them out, they're locked. So I can't get them out until I've actually earned 50 million. So that's not particularly helpful, I don't think. I think a lot of these, obviously with the cryptocurrency, they have real value, so developers have to be careful. They're not going to get have all the money taken away from them if they've built a bad economic system. But we can see here, Bora Island, this is the total service platform where Bora and users meet. Then they have Bora Coin, a cryptocurrency used in all the dApps within the Bora Island or the Bora platform. Shell is a commodity used in the apps. There are Shell and Shell bonus. And then you can trade between the two. So that's just kind of restating what we've already said. But it is interesting. You're not earning the cryptocurrency, but by playing the game, you're getting what is effectively kind of a hard kind of currency that can only otherwise be got through cryptocurrency. But you have to be really caning this game to earn any of that. So okay, let's go and go to the race. So we can see here the race is going to happen. So these are timed races. 45 seconds is going to be a race. There's 3 people look like they've betted on this. So I have no idea. So I'm just going to bet on this one, and if he wins, I'm going to get 14 times. Oh, it's not very light, is it? Let's bet on this one. Which one? That one's okay. So this one, if he wins, we'll get 3.5. I'll get 3.5 times what I betted. So let's bet that. I really want to bet, yeah. So there we go. You see, I've put a betting ticket in there. We can see then the number has increased up to 4. So there's 4 people betting in there. Let's let this run down. I suppose as we are at that kind of point where the race is going to run. As I say, this kind of stuff is interesting if you're into blockchain games. So I'm into blockchain games, so I'm fascinated kind of by it. But for anyone else, obviously, this is just not gonna scan. So interesting. The race has gone now, and it's not very clear. So it's not actually, no, it's reset the time, is it? Unless that was race. See, this bit is not very. Is this the one then that's just run? That's 3 days ago. Okay, so that race hasn't run. I don't know what's going on with that timer. This is race number 30. I don't know why it keeps dropping that timer. Maybe it resets the odds. Yeah, so it's reset the odds now. Okay, so now that odd has dropped to 3 because I've betted on it. Okay, that kind of makes sense. So we can see here. Let's just do a replay. So we can see here the previous races. So they're doing a race. Looks like once every. Probably depends how many people are betting, I suppose. But so we can see here, there's not many people betting. This is the problem with making these very complicated systems. So 5 people are into bet on that last one. 2 people bet on the previous one. 2 and 2 and 2. But we can see how they how it works. So typical sort of auto race. Off they go, and various stuff happens, and you get 2 times speed, and just yeah, we kind of get the idea. Can I switch it off now? Exit. Okay, and I can also go in and see my log. So I've bet on one race before 16 days ago and didn't win anything at all. So there we go. This is not really to criticise the game. I mean, this is kind of how Bora have attempted to do is doing their platform by encouraging people to integrate blockchain within existing games. So you can't make blockchain fundamental to those games because you'd have to be remaking the game. So I think probably the approach is sensible, but obviously it would be nicer if if something was a bit more integrated, or you got a bit more value out of it than kind of randomised betting on horses, which doesn't really make it a lot of sense within the game. So anyway, that's the video for today. I do think, actually, interestingly, kind of Seven Guardians is actually quite a good game, even without blockchain. So kind of if you're into that sort of grindy RPG, kind of worth checking out. And to be fair to Bora, I think that they've got other games coming out. They've got a PC game coming out, and obviously as time goes on, the games will have a better integration, and the blockchain element will be more serious, and there'll be more value. Obviously, this is the first game, so it seems a bit ridiculous to go and buy the Bora coin just for one game. But if there was in a few years, if there's like 50 games in there, then it makes more sense. So this is, as with all these things, the early stages. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we struggle through the world of blockchain games, trying to make sense of it and try and see how it will take over the world of gaming, which I kind of do believe it will happen at some point. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, and hope to see you again soon.